Hey guys, out here on my range doing additional adjustments and test shooting with the all new Tactacam mount that includes the ability to add one or even two stabilizers in addition to the Tactacam itself. Before I go any further though, I want to give a shout out to the great guys, Rack Daddies, awesome, super comfortable shirts they have. Go check them out. Get yourself one for 4th of July, be patriotic. So let's talk about this mount. To this point, I've tried a bunch of configurations and I've been experimenting with what will give me the closest feel and accuracy to what I'm accustomed to with this bow. This tapped out 2020 Summit 6 Athens bow shoots extremely well. I'm used to it shooting extremely well. So I started with, I think probably what you've already seen on social media as far as the mounting situation. I started out with having it on the today on the left side of the bow, and I had it just below the front stabilizer in terms of height. Shot a bit out to 60 yards, and without a doubt, it was more accurate with the side stabilizer in place. I dropped an ounce off my side stabilizer, so I'm at 5 ounces on that. But I did find that it was considerably more accurate with the side stabilizer mounted in place on the lower, off of the lower bushing, like you see here, not mounted up here. I haven't tried that because I believe that you want all this lower weight if you can get it. But it wasn't as accurate as I wanted it to be. And quite honestly, there was some noticeable change in the amount of top heavy aspect that my bow had. And that's understandable. I mean, look at what we did. We added the dual mount, which is right here now. It's on the lower portion of the bow now. We had that up here behind the QD, and then we had the camera right here. Substantial amount of additional weight shift, and it was very noticeable, although I was able to pull together some decent accuracy at 60. But I wasn't happy with that. Without the side stabilizer, I was able to shoot okay out to, I would say, by my standards, out to about 30. But it opened up a lot at say 40 and beyond without the side stabilizer and with the Tactacam up here. So my recommendation, certainly for this bow and probably for a lot of bows, is that you not run it that way if you're going to have a front stabilizer out there as well. And I believe you need that to control your left-right torque. You need to control the bow so you can maintain consistency with your left-right grouping. So I don't want to take that off. So what's the option we have left? Well, the mount has other configurations you can do, a wide variety of things you can do with it. And here's one option, and I had been hesitant to show it a bit because it requires you to flip the quick disconnect module upside down. Now, that's not a problem at all. Anybody who's used our Gen 2 QD over the years knows that this quick disconnect design, this QD design, it holds so extremely well. The stabilizer will never fall out. You hand tighten it, it's set. But I didn't want to necessarily promote that as an initial first option. But the reason I did it here is I needed to be able to obtain enough height to get over top of the limb pockets. So if I had it in the lower configuration, it literally would have been against the side of the limb pocket. It would not have been able to run close enough to the center line of the riser, and it would not have been in a really ideal location. So what I did is I flipped that quick disconnect module over. I readjusted my socket set. Well, actually, it's not a socket set. That's a socket cap screw inside of there that has the jam nut on it. The socket cap screw that comes with the stabilizer from Tactacam. So I adjusted everything, got it back to where it's tightening up at the right spot. You can see it's level. And then I did some test shooting just here. I ran out, shot 5 arrows. Still can tell that the bow is heavier, obviously. You know, that's a given. You're going to be able to notice this, especially if you're extremely comfortable with your bow. But at 60 yards, I mean, really, and for me rushing some arrows, put together a pretty decent group. And yeah, it's a little off. My sights, I'm still sighting this bow in a little bit, and I think it changed to some extent the way I was following through with the weight shift. But that's adjustable. We can work on that. We can work on getting that sighting set so our groups move over. This is encouraging though. This is very, very encouraging that kind of accuracy on a extremely humid day. It's almost 90% humidity. Hands are all sweaty and sticky, and I'm not exactly thrilled to be shooting in these kind of conditions. But I wanted to do this because this is necessary. It's always necessary to keep pushing it, trying new options, trying as many shots as you can to verify, do things work the way they're supposed to? Am I able to, with confidence, tell you this is what you should try? And at this point, based on how it feels, based on how it gets on target and holds and follows through, yes, get the camera, get the mount down lower if possible. If you have a lower bushing on your bow and there's some way you can make this configuration work, I would strongly suggest you start there. Don't start at the upper location, start here, see what you get. If you're getting good accuracy, then I think you just leave it there. Now, as far as the video itself, I've yet to process the videos that I took when I shot these arrows. I'll go process that video from the camera. I tried to eyeball how much, as you can see, it's angled up a little bit compared to the front stabilizer. Tried to eyeball how much up I would want to get that to be able to obtain a good view of the overall picture and the target. Now at 60 yards, obviously you have a pretty wide field of view from a camera like this. So probably not a concern to get the target in there at that point. But if you were close up and say you were 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards, if this was angled too much one way or the other, it's possible you could not actually be looking at your target. Now you'd have to verify all that ahead of time, put it in place, take some shots, look at your video, make sure it's working right. So again, this is a way that works. It works extremely well. Grouping, I'm sure will even improve beyond this. This is 60 yards, 5 arrows, long day, sweaty, not the greatest conditions. So I can say that I can vouch for the accuracy potential, and we'll have to look at whether the sight picture has improved as far as how much time you're able to keep that. From what I've seen initially, with a side stabilizer in place, yes, it is better than what you would have if you did not have those stabilizers in place. You are getting more time on target and less overall motion. But I'll watch the newest video and work through that as well. So happy to say it's a good product, and I think it's going to have real legs to go and to really move somewhere and to get people thinking about what options they have to try. TitaniumArcheryProducts.com, you can pull down all of our products. There's a collection that has stabilizer mounts. There's a collection that has Tactacam mounts. This product right here is in both of those collections. So it's the same thing, and you can get it from either of those, or you can just do a search on our website. It's really easy to do that as well. So thanks a lot, guys. As always, appreciate the time, appreciate the input you guys give, and all your support. Take care.